It's Riverhawks Weekly, featuring Grace Bartels, Eamon Bray, Sif Craver, Brady Panay, Coral Vizzy, Jesse James Van Valkenburg, and Mr. Heatley. And now, reporting from our CATV headquarters in the RTBS room, here's Grace Bartels with the week's top stories.
Hey Riverhawks, I'm Grace Bartels. Today is Wednesday, April 5th, and here are this week's top stories. We'll start today with general announcements and the lunch. For today, it's a pulled pork sandwich. Here are this week's top stories. Junior reviews began last week. You can still schedule your appointment by checking your email and filling out the Google form. SAT prep classes for juniors and seniors have begun. They take place Monday through Thursday from 3:30 to 4:30 p.m. Math review takes place in Mr. Giles' room Monday and Wednesday, and English review takes place in Mr. Pray's room Tuesdays and Thursdays. If you're interested in taking economics, government, and/or constitutional issues this summer, it is highly recommended. If you'd like to take these classes, please let Mr. Carlson or the counseling office know by April 17th. The Athens Pool is accepting applications and also offering courses in CPR for the Red Cross. You'll have to be at least 15 years old to apply for positions other than director and assistant director. There will be a regional college fair at Hudson Valley Community College next Tuesday from 6:30 to 8 p.m. See the announcements Ms. Keir sends out for more details. And now, to Brady and Coral with a sports report. Over to you guys.
Thank you, Grace. In Riverhawks sports and athletic news, spring sports have officially started up with games and meets happening this week. Make sure you go out and support your Riverhawks. A recap of last week's games. Riverhawks varsity baseball started off strong with a 10-1 non-league game against Johnstown. The Riverhawks bats were strong in the fourth inning, which boosted them to victory against Johnstown. The JV baseball team and varsity softball team also started off strong while getting their first wins of the season. Now to Jesse with club news and events.
The Interactivity Club has now opened the Care Closet. The Care Closet is a free resource that is available for all students to provide necessities such as clothing, toiletries, personal care items, school supplies, and more. The Care Closet is located next to Mr. Carlson's room on the second floor in the high school, and will be open weekly on Mondays and Tuesdays during office hours.
Whoa, what is this place?
The Care Closet.
Where did you guys get those clothes?
The Care Closet.
Who styled you?
The Care Closet.
That's so stylish. It must have costed a fortune.
It's all free. It was free.
Wow, who provides this resource?
The Interact Club.
Wow.
It's amazing.
We are
Come on
part of the
down
Interact
to the
Club.
Care Closet.
Hey Riverhawks, I hope you're as excited to be here as I am. Today, our featured faculty members of the week are the senior band conductor, Miss Minetta, and the senior choir conductor, Miss Edwards. Are you guys excited to be here?
We are.
Okay,
yes.
good.
Oh yeah.
We had our Music in Our Schools concert last Tuesday, and for those of you who missed it or that were there and want to see some more behind the scenes exclusives, I'm going to ask them some questions. So let's get started. My first question is for Miss Edwards. So you chose pieces with a particular message that was delivered through the songs. What were those pieces about, and what was this message?
So we chose for our March concert to have a light theme. So all of our titles had either the word light in them, or our last piece was one called Lunar Lullaby. So we were talking about the moon, and we actually had a moon out on the stage when we sang it. And the reason I chose some of these pieces was they had a really powerful message and empowering, basically having light over darkness. And I thought that was a great theme, especially for the world that we're living in right now. And that you're not alone, and as music teachers and music ensembles, we're all working together towards a common goal. So I thought this theme was just kind of a nice culmination of that.
Yeah, absolutely. Music definitely connects people, so that was a great theme to choose for the concert. So our next question is for Miss Minetta. The band played Mamma Mia and selections from Aladdin, which are super common, people know them. We had a third piece that we played that may not have been familiar with the audience. Can you talk about that piece?
Sure. So for our third piece, we did Luna, which is by a woman composer, Yukiko Nishimura. So the reason I chose this piece was because for the March concert, I try to bring in a piece that's written by not like an unknown composer, we'll say. So this piece, she grew up in Japan and she now lives in the United States, which I think is awesome, and we're bringing in like a different culture to the band room that we can talk about. Also, the piece, there's a few components that really helped the band improve the last few months or so. So for example, for the brass players, it helped expand their range. And then for the woodwind players, we had to really focus on listening. There's lush harmonies that happen throughout the piece, and we really had to focus on our balance and blend. So it was a great piece to bring in by a composer that's not well known to help celebrate Music in Our Schools Month, and it helps with our technique.
Yeah, Luna was definitely my favorite piece to play, being that it was so unique and original. So I'm so happy you chose that for us.
Yes, I loved it.
Yeah, so we're gonna go back to Miss Edwards for another question. The select choir performed at this concert, so all 4 of the music department groups played. So the band played, the chorus sang, and then the select choir sang, which is the question I'm about to ask. So what does preparation look like for the select choir, being that it's not a scheduled class period?
So we rehearse during office hours on Wednesdays, basically every week. Sometimes we double up, sometimes we have lesson groups that are just for select choir. So for this concert, we had about 10 rehearsals. 2 of them were snowed out, so we were a little bit less. Next concert, we only get about 8, so we really have to get going on our songs. But yeah, we just rehearse during office hours, and we work really hard. Like, I push them really hard for about 35 minutes, and then they're gone and out the door. But they're a great group. I really enjoy doing select choir.
Yeah, and they sound amazing. You wouldn't even know it was only one time a week.
Thank you.
Yeah, of course. So the jazz band is the 4th group that also performed, and you have a unique jazz band that I certainly am excited to be a part of for the next concert. Can you talk about how you made the jazz band more inclusive to instruments that aren't typically thought of as a jazz instrument?
Sure. So normally jazz band is comprised of your rhythm section. So you have the keys, the bass guitar, the electric guitar, and the drum set, and some auxiliary percussion throughout. And then you have your winds, which is usually all the saxes, and then the brass instruments. So I have a lot of students that want to always go above and beyond, which is absolutely amazing. So for this past concert, we had 2 clarinet players join who doubled up on tenor sax parts, and it really helped fill out our tenor sax section. And then for our next concert, I have 2 flute players joining, which I think is so fun and amazing. I'm very excited for that. So basically anybody who's in concert band can join jazz band. We'll always find room for them, and it makes it more fun with more bodies in the room.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm one of the flutes, if you guys were wondering. Well, I have one more question for both of you, so if you want to take turns responding, however you feel comfortable. The chorus and band will be attending a music festival competition near Lake George in June. Can you talk about what Trills and Thrills will be like and what the audience should expect from our performance there?
So we, as music department in the high school, we are going to perform at North Warren High School, 2 pieces for the chorus and 2 pieces for the band. And then we will get judged and hopefully earn a fantastic score. And then after that, we get to go.
After that, we get to go to Great Escape for the rest of the day. So we get to go ride the roller coasters, have fun, and do a little team bonding, which is definitely well deserved after all the hard work it takes to perform for the judges.
Absolutely. I can't wait. It'll be so fun to see the dynamic from outside of the classroom, like between all of us. I mean, we don't usually see that without our instruments. So Great Escape will be fun, and the competition will be a great learning experience. Thank you guys for joining me today. I'm so honored to be joined by 2 super influential women in the music department. And I hope you want to join us again one day. Thank you for coming.
Yes, thank you.
Of course. Bye.
RNS Episode 4. Grace, Non-School Stories, Take 1. Slate it.
That's going through for real.
Coverage of the care closet. I'm gonna edit you out anyway. You don't have to crouch like a bug.